More badassery coming your way.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Welcome and thank you for joining me on the Hopefulist. Ready for your daily dose of inspiration and positivity. The quote of the day comes from Andre Gide, and it says, "It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not." Very true. I like that one a lot. So I have come to a sort of decision that I hope will be good for me. I'm going away next week. We're going on a beach vacation. It's funny how people who live at the beach go to different beaches for vacation, but that's what we do. And I've been really off lately. I've felt, I can't even explain it. It's just, I've felt off, stressed, depressed, not myself. And I think I've put a lot of thought into what is feeding into this. And I think that it just is the state of this world right now. You know, I'm consuming. I watch the news all morning. I watch the news every evening. I am on Facebook and Instagram and online all day long. And I'm just consuming. And just the state of the world that we are living in right now. We've got COVID going on. We've got racial injustice going on. We've got the election going on. And mostly we have the ugliness toward each other going on. And I just am in a constant state of outrage. Outrage at how things are being handled. Outrage at the denials that I see going on all over the place. Outrage at mostly just the way we have turned against each other. And it's, it's from the global to the national to the local, even just the fighting within the community group on our Facebook page. It's just so disheartening. And I feel like I need to unplug. I've never done this before because I really don't ever want to make you, my listener, feel left high and dry. But I'm going to have to take a week off. Now, I have in the past pre-recorded some podcasts so that they would still be available for you. But with that said, I still am on social media every day promoting them, trying to encourage people to listen to them, just trying to interact with you. And I'm just going to attempt to unplug completely next week. I don't know if I'll be able to do it because I am addicted to social media. I am. So this is an experiment for me. I'm going to attempt to unplug and see how that goes. The biggest problem with this addiction, and it's not just me, is we're so used to constant consumption that we just don't know what to do with ourselves when we aren't consuming. I've tried to lay off social media a little bit this morning, and then I'm just watching the news, which is also very triggering. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? What do I do? Well, maybe I can just turn my thoughts inward. Maybe I can journal. Maybe I can work on some things that I've been wanting to work on and just seem to keep pushing aside. Can I commit to this? Can I keep this up? It's very unsettling at first. It's very, I just feel like I should be doing something. And, maybe that's what it is. I need to be doing something rather than just consuming. So this is a little experiment I'm going to be doing. And so I will be taking next week off. And I never do this. I never take the whole week off. But I'm going to just unplug for the week, starting Saturday. And what I want and hope from you is to keep that group page up in this week that I'm unplugging. I want you to, share your words of inspiration and positivity. Share those memes. Put some fun stuff on the group page to keep everyone, including yourself, engaged. I don't want the Hopefulist to drop off for a whole week. I want you guys to, if I may be so bold to ask, have my back for this week as I try to sift through which direction I want to go in. Because I've come to a conclusion that either I have to turn it all off and just live in peace, or I go all in. And what going all in entails thus far, I'm not really sure. But I'm hoping to take this week to think it over and to weigh my options. And if you would be so wonderful as to keep up that group page, just post something fun or beautiful or positive or something that you're grateful for on the group page throughout the week. I would be most grateful. Most grateful. With that said, since I am going away to a beach vacation, we have both a pool and a beach. Now, typically, we've been to this area before. The pool's going to be too cold to go in. I'm not going to be swimming in the pool. We typically let the dogs swim in the pool. But I like to sit by the pool. I like to sit, in my bathing suit, get myself all lubed up with sunscreen, and just relax. Get some sun, read some books, have some good conversations, have a few adult beverages. Even when I'm at the beach, I tend to prefer the pool for some reason. Maybe it has something to do with the sand. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the proximity to the house. Much easier to just get to the house from the pool area than it is to the beach. But we shall see. I'm going to try and do both this week. Because the beaches in the Outer Banks are much better than the beaches in New Jersey, just for the fact that there's not so many rules. In fact, there's not many rules at all. You can spend the day on the beach. You can drink on the beach. You can bring your dogs on the beach. You can do whatever you want on the beach in OBX that you cannot do here at the Jersey Shore. So theoretically, I can bring everything that I need, everything that I want to the beach and be there for the day, and then really only have to go back to the house to go to the bathroom, grab a refill, grab some food, what have you. So I would like to at least dedicate one day to just sitting on the beach and just relaxing. The weather looks okay. The weather looks to be in the low to mid 70s, which definitely could be worse. I typically like an 80-degree day if I would like to sit around in my suit and get some sun. But I will take what I can get. Looks like very little chance of rain. Looks like we're going to have a good week, knock on wood. So when I asked you While on vacation, do you prefer being poolside or on the beach? I think the beach was a landslide. A landslide. But again, I think people are not really thinking about the convenience of being right there at the house with the pool. But Denise says, in a hotel on the beach with a pool. Megan says, definitely a beach with a little pool. Michelle says, tough choice. I'd have to say beach. Wilbur says, bar side. Wilbur's my people. Wilbur is my kind of people. Let's see. Larissa says both, but if I had to choose, beach. Deborah says, not picky. John says, depends on the crowd. Yeah, that's true. Again, OBX, not super packed beaches, at least where we go. Not super packed. And of course, we're in October, not August or July. But, you go to the beach in Jersey, and there's going to be a million people around you. You go to the beach in OBX, you pretty much have it to yourself, at least your little area. Lauren says, beach during the day, poolside / hot tub at night. Cheryl says, I like both, but prefer boating. I asked her, Cheryl, are you trying to hurt me? She said, oops, sorry, just being honest. No, she's not trying to hurt me, but I thought that would be funny. Nancy says, beach during the day, pool after the beach. Kathy says, you could be near a pool anywhere. You pay to travel to the beach on vacation. Andy says, I forget, what is a vacation? I just like being in water. It is all good. Yeah, for the most part, everybody prefers a beach. I don't know. I automatically think I would say beach. When somebody asked me that question, I would say, oh, beach, no problem. But I often stay at the pool. So, I don't know. I guess I think I want one thing and actually want another. Anyway, yesterday I had started reading some of the You Are a Badass book by Jen Sincero. How to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. Excuse me while I cough. So I started yesterday with the chapter of Love the One You Is. And I went over a few of her points. I'm going to pick up from there. The third thing that she asks you to do when trying to love the one you is to do things you love. I've talked about this so much. We're all busy. But it's the people who make enjoying their lives a priority who, enjoy their lives. Right now, there are thousands of people all over the world at yoga retreats overlooking the ocean, dancing their asses off at outdoor music festivals or whooping it up on the Disney cruise of their dreams. Well, maybe not a cruise right now, but really listen to how you speak and pay attention to what you do and make a conscious effort to increase your joy in whatever capacity you can. It can be anything from spending a weekday afternoon with a great friend to quitting your hateful job to buying a pair of completely impractical but completely awesome new shoes to going on a surf vacation in Costa Rica. It's about being proactive about creating a life you love instead of meekly living the one you think you are stuck with. Give yourself the gift of a joyous life while you're still among the living. Good advice. This book changed my life. Number 4, find a replacement. We've gotten so used to our negative knee-jerk reactions to ourselves that we never think to question them. We simply take them as the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But once we become aware of our thought patterns and behaviors, we can consciously change them. So start paying attention. Like I was just saying with the topic, I automatically think I'm going to want to spend the day at the beach, but more often than not, I end up spending the day at the pool. It's the difference between conscious and unconscious. What runs through your mind when you look in the mirror? What happens inside you when you see someone totally succeeding at something you'd love to do, but have never let yourself try. What do you think and feel when you walk up to a group of really good-looking, successful people? Or when you try your best to pull something off and you fail? Or when you get dumped by someone who is totally awesome and hot? Or when you walk around all day with your fly open? Or when you let a friend down? Or when you stub your toe on the kitchen table for the 10th time? Or when you snap at someone who didn't quite deserve it as harshly as you gave it to them? Notice the verbiage that runs through your mind when you're being the most heinous to yourself and come up with a new, improved response. For example, if every time you look in the mirror, your first thought is, yikes, make a conscious effort to change it to, hi, gorgeous. Seems silly, I know. Try it, though. Just try it. Might work. If you have a complicated relationship with your father and beat yourself up every time you say something awful to him, replace I'm a monster with I'm just a little bunny working through my issues. And then, of course, apologize. If your stand-up response to screwing something up is, ugh, her royal clumsiness strikes again, replace it with, what can I learn from this? The most important thing is to free yourself from the drama and the conviction that your current version of yourself is the truth. I don't care if you're all, that's easy for you to say. You don't have a nose that makes it look like someone parked a yacht in your face. Because one day you could see some fancy and famous fashion model with a nose far bigger than yours who decided she was gorgeous anyway. And suddenly you'll feel beautiful and confident and all proud of your nose when just the day before you are considering getting it sawed off. In line with this, ditch the self-deprecating humor. Incessant self-deprecating humor is for losers. I get it. It can be hilariously funny, and I'm totally guilty of it from time to time. And there's nobody I'd more enjoy backing over with my car than the guy who can't laugh at himself. But I'm talking about the nonstop, self-flagellating I suck fest. Ripping on yourself gets old fast, especially if it's your shtick. So if you're one of those people who falls back on making fun of yourself every hour on the hour, not only are you basically begging people to think you're a loser, but you're begging yourself to think you're a loser. Number 6, let the love in. Receive compliments gracefully instead of countering with a disclaimer such as, oh, this old thing. Try, thank you instead. Period. Take care of your body, too. We, if you're anything like me, run around doing all our busy work with our poor bodies, flapping behind us like old windsocks. When we're pressed for time, it's often the first thing to get overlooked. I've got 5 meetings today. I'll do my yoga tomorrow and have a power bar for lunch. Meanwhile, during our little sojourn here on Earth, we need our bodies more than they need us. Say nice things about your body. Dress it up. Take it out. Give it hot sex, luxurious baths and massages. Move it, stretch it, nourish it, hydrate it. Pay attention to it. The better our bodies feel, the happier and more productive we are. Number 7, so important. Don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is the fastest way to take all the fun out of life. And number 8, and this one is extremely important, as Jen writes in the book. Are you ready? Forgive yourself. You have screwed up in the past. You will screw up again. Every human is born with the ability to make spectacular mistakes. You are not alone. Screwing up is not your special skill. Get over it. Dragging around guilt and self-criticism is beyond unhealthy and is utterly pointless, not to mention boring. You aren't a better person for feeling guilty or bad about yourself. You're just a sadder one. Get clear on this one truth. Guilt, Shame and self-criticism are some of the most destructive forces in your life, which is why forgiving yourself is one of the most powerful. And finally, love yourself, because it is the holy grail of happiness. Little excerpt there from You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, the book that changed my life. If you have not been urged enough to go buy the book yourself, as I have urged you to do many times, I decided to take the bull by the horns and read you some of the magic that is being a badass. I will read a little bit more tomorrow. I hope it will give you the little nudge you need to go out and get this badass book so you can become badass yourself. And we can all be hopefulists for the rest of our lives. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh my, it is Thursday already. How did that happen? Is it just me, or is this week going fast? Get on out there. Make the most of Thursday by being a badass. I'm here cheering you on.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Say to yourself right now, I am a badass.